Hello, hello, everybody. How are you doing? Today is day 21 of the 90-day leadership and recruiting challenge. Actually, we're talking about the duplication challenge. And today is the discussion around all of the different recruiting systems. Now, the last 90 days, we did a recruiting challenge and talked about many different tips and different ways to do some recruiting. And so, right now, today, I would like you to go through and think about all the different processes and systems that you used in the recruiting challenge that worked for you and that didn't work for you. And so many of you may have tried this and that didn't work, and tried that and didn't work. And I really want you to take a step back and make three different lists. One of them is the list of all the different things that you may have tried and assess what worked and what didn't work, and what worked about it and what didn't work about it. Did you give it enough time and or not? And so, for example, maybe you worked in another network marketing company before, and maybe they had a system that they used that you loved and worked, and you're trying to use that system for doTERRA, and maybe that's not working, right? Because doTERRA is really a relationship building type business. And I know for me, when I look back and at my print shop, we did direct mail, we did phone calls, we did classes on social media, we did classes on websites, we did lots of different kinds of education and training to help bring people in and help us become the one of knowledge, like being known in the community to be one of knowledge. And that is something that I want you to take an assessment on your leadership. Are you one of knowledge that people can trust and count on you on doing this system consistently and ongoing all the time? Now, maybe before the pandemic, these systems worked really well. So, for example, a system would be having in person classes all the time. So, at my print shop, we used to have a class every Friday, and the consistency worked. But what didn't work is I started to really rely on the consistency to bring people in, and not me actually getting on the phone and doing the recruiting to bring people in. So you want to remember, like, you want to think about, sometimes we tend to get lazy or tell ourselves something different about that recruiting system that actually worked really well for a long time. But our minds kind of get us going, get us crazy a little bit, where we think we could change it up and make it a little bit different, and really just because we're bored or something about it. And that doesn't mean that it's not working, right? So maybe you want bigger, higher, more effective results. Maybe you are signing up one person every one-on-one class, and you wanted to change it up and make 10 people come to a class and not have any signups, right? So really, you want to go back and evaluate this. So take lists, take stock. So list number one, what is working inside your company regarding your strategies? So really think about it, because if this is working, I want you to know why it's working. I want you to look at it and see how you can publish it a little bit more, but not change it, right? Just maybe shine it up a little bit. List number two, again, what used to work at some point, like pre-pandemic, other network marketing companies, other businesses and jobs that you had. And list number three is, what did I do to have the results? Like, what did you yourself, your butt in the chair, do physically and mentally to make that really successful? And when you take note of that, when you write it down, this is the gold nuggets that you want to ensure and actually bake into the culture, into your downline. So don't miss out on what you think. You really want to be honest with yourself, because I really, like, I can go back and think about our classes that we did every Friday, and I noticed that my excitement about something, maybe it's a new product, or maybe after convention, or maybe um, a new kit or something, a BOGO or something like that, Christmas, a holiday, or an event's coming up that we can actually promote and have some energy behind. I had so much more success with that. But when nothing was there, when I just had that Friday show up and no invites, then nobody showed up. And it was really discouraging. So I basically set myself up to fail on purpose. And that is something that I really want to point out is that a lot of times people talk to me and say, "Oh, I'm not getting anybody to show up for my classes or I'm not doing this." And well, first, what is your energy? What is your mindset? What is the theme or the process behind the invite? Or what is the process behind um, you getting there and actually putting that together? Our job as leaders is to, no matter what, create that energy. No matter what. And have fun around it because people want to hang around people who are fun. Another thing that worked for me, just sharing this with you, is when during the pandemic, of course, I started jumping on social media. I did social media, I put ads out, I really worked hard on trying to find the right kind of formula of ads and things like that that worked better for me. And what didn't work for me is I didn't go through and evaluate as as I really should have. Like, I'm really sitting here thinking about if I would have really had tracked and written down, okay, here's this picture, this is the specs I put on this ad, this is the results I got, and really kept trying to change it up instead of just throwing spaghetti at the wall, I think I would have been a lot better. And so I think what I'm trying to say is that we can keep going at this willy-nilly, or we can take note of what we're doing and really assess what's working and what's not working, and stop wasting our time throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that us just existing, us just showing up and being consistent is going to be enough. And that just doesn't work. So here's the tip. You can do this alone, but it's so much more easier to do this with other people, like your downline leaders, to be working with them in a way that you can collaborate and really see clearly what worked, what didn't work. Maybe how was your presentations, get some really positive feedback. And if you're a person giving feedback, be nice. Don't be mean. You want to be able to lift people up with what worked really well and maybe what they should polish up and work on a little bit more. And so, and offer your help. Like, how can you help them polish that part that didn't work so well? This will help you learn better yourself and teach yourself better with those systems and processes, and look at your what you're doing to make it better. Um, and anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm looking at my notes here to make sure I've got all my thoughts down. But go through and write those three lists. The three lists are, again, what's working inside your company regarding recruiting systems. Now, just to remind you, doTERRA has that system. It's called the pipes: prepare, invite, present, inspire to enroll, and then support. And so when you're going through these systems and these recruiting systems, this is very important. Oh, I just wanted to take another note, that something that didn't work well for me, and that is keeping track of my leads. And I keep going through this over and over and over again. You guys, be consistent. Whatever you use, get good at using it. Get good at following up with people. Get good at talking to people on how to follow up. Like, hey, so glad to meet you, and I'm glad you're liking that peppermint, and I'm going to give you a couple of days to take it home and use that. Shall I follow up with you on Tuesday? Would the afternoon work really well for you? Can I give you a call and see um, how it's working and what we could do next for you? And be straight with that. And that part, maybe you need to polish that up too, right? So take note, write these questions down. Again, what's working inside your company regarding strategies is list number one. List number two, what you use to work at what used to work at some point, maybe pre-pandemic, maybe pre-doTERRA, maybe other businesses. And list number three, what did I do to have results? Like, what was really good and what maybe was not so good. So plan, do, review. That's what we're doing here inside your structures around recruiting systems. Okay, you guys? So hopefully this was helpful for you. And let's talk again. We'll see you soon.